The whole concept of Starfleet Academy is just insulting to Star Trek fans. It always has been. Brandon Braga actually was trying to get this going with Rick Berman back in the day. They wanted to do a Melrose Place, but Star Trek sort of vibe to it. And it was cringy back then as an idea, and it's cringier now as an idea, as Alex Kurtzman has taken that and, of course, made this into this modern era Discovery nonsense that nobody really wants. This takes place after Discovery jumps to the future in the post-Burn era, where they're trying to rebuild Starfleet, rebuild the Federation. And everything we've seen about it has just been an insult to Star Trek fans. From the Doctor, the hologram who's aged, which I watched an interview with Robert Picardo the other day, who actually says that there's a really good reason for it. But it's getting absurd in the Star Trek universe at this point, because we had Data age in Picard. We had Q age in Picard. And it just, it just doesn't feel right, even if you give some kind of explanation for it, right? Those characters really shouldn't be aging, and there is technology now to do de-aging processes. So if you're going to use a holographic doctor, just make a holographic rendered sort of thing, right? It doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, they are doing that. And of course, there's the hologram in Red Dwarf also that aged, but that's another story and another cringy comeback, which never should have been made. Now, we also have Holly Hunter, who, from all the reports I've seen, is doing a terrible job, does not act well as the captain of this. And for some reason, they have to have a ship and a captain for the Starfleet Academy cadets, rather than actually making it just a Starfleet Academy thing. They're trying to just have everything out there because, and I think this harkens back to Deep Space Nine, that when they realized they were in a stationary spot, didn't feel very Star Trek very well. And once they got the Defiant in, they could go off and explore strange new worlds, and that feels a little better. Now, it's silly, and it looks silly in the way that Starfleet Academy is doing it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but that's another story. And we have all these cadets that, of course, are prone to be this like ridiculous hormone-addled romance show that's going to be just a way off the rails train wreck, and we know this. So not excited about it. And I don't think any Star Trek fans are excited about this whatsoever. I know that Skydance already isn't, and they're going to be wrapping up Season 2 filming by the end of the year before Season 1 comes out. I think it's going to go 2 seasons, and it's going to be just canceled because it's very expensive to make. They have really pulled out the stops on that. And this is the best news I've ever seen from Starfleet Academy. This is the one beacon of hope that we have. Now, I knew that Mary Wiseman was going to be in this because her character, Tilly, became a Starfleet Academy professor in Discovery. And Tilly is an obnoxious, annoying character. She's all about anxiety. It's weird looking at a fat Starfleet military officer. We are in the, a future where humanity has perfected things. We already have Manjaro to remove that kind of thing and, of course, make people healthier. You'd expect a military operation would actually have her on an exercise regimen, which would, make it a little better for her. But she keeps getting larger over the course of Discovery. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And it doesn't make a lot of sense in this context either. But they wanted to just show hashtag body positive. And it was obnoxious. This was like everything about Discovery was obnoxious. And like I said, I expect more of the same from Starfleet Academy because Starfleet Academy is its spiritual successor. But this is good news that she's really not going to be in it all that much. She's probably going to make some cameo appearances, and that's great because I actually don't want to see her in this. I don't want more callbacks to Discovery, and I don't think most Star Trek fans want any callbacks to Discovery whatsoever because this show was painfully a reminder that it's not Star Trek, right? So many cast members that was listed was Mary Wiseman reprising her Discovery role of Tilly. Since then, we've had panels, interviews, photos, teasers, and a trailer, but no Mary. Any idea what's going on in the show? And the answer came from a recent addition. Right now, you can rest assured she will appear as a guest star in one episode. Whew. So just one episode. Best news we've had so far is that she's not really going to be in this. Now, if you don't like Starfleet Academy and what's going on and what they've done with Star Trek and Kurtzman's Star Trek, I haven't either. I'm a science fiction fan, and I'm a science fiction writer as a professional. I've been doing this for a long time, and I decided to write a full trilogy of space exploration to bring back that feel that you used to have in The Next Generation, in Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and bring back the sense of wonder that Star Trek used to have, the vision of improving humanity, going into space, finding strange new worlds and the like. This is what we've done with Valiant Frontiers. Each book in this series has its own sci-fi concept. That's something that episodes in Star Trek don't have too much these days. They have a problem that feels like it's resolvable in the space of the episode, and it goes on, and they go to the next planet, and they have a problem on that planet, and they resolve it, etc. Now, this one does actually, because I wrote all 3 books, the characters progress. So you don't get that next generation problem where it's episode amnesia, right? Because I'm able to carry them on from book to book, and there's some subplots that carry on to book to book. So you get the best parts of Deep Space Nine, you get the best parts of Next Generation, you get the best parts of classic science fiction stuff from like the 70s and 80s with a beautiful artist who just did this wonderful painted work, as you could tell. And we really have pulled out the stops. Now, I have the highest quality premium hardcovers coming out of this. I've got a leather-bound edition of my original series, The Oration War, as well. And this is on Fund My Comic right now. So if you like what Star Trek used to be, read today. Support independent works, because we have to build stuff up like this as Star Trek's, of course, continuing to have problems under Kurtzman. We need to kind of just move on and do science fiction and make it a wonderful thing again. And so this is for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. It's in the description below. And that's it. I'm glad that this is gone at this point. And the only better thing that could be happening is having no Tilly in Starfleet Academy. But hey, we can't ask for too much, I guess, from Kurtzman.